Alright guys, well, today we are playing with the Mark IIs. That's right, I said 2s. Got both of them here today, and just trying to get a little bit done. Sorry, I bumped you guys into the table. Trying to get a little bit done. I have someone coming tomorrow for some parts off the red one, so they need the trunk, front and they need the trunk and the front and rear bumper. But before I give away my trunk, I need to take this black plastic piece off, because as you can see on the new Mark II, it's broken. So we're gonna pull that off real quick. It's a beautiful rainy day out here in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, there is actually beauty to it though. If you just look around, it's quite beautiful. But I can't lie, it was a little hard to get motivated to get out here and do this. But I got people coming tomorrow for some stuff, and gotta make it happen. Let me make sure that's a good view. I don't know if I like it. Let's set you guys right here. I think right here is a little better. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so you're gonna first things first, need a screwdriver. Go away, little skeeter. Pop this up. So you got to remove the license plate, and then that gives you access to some screws on the back of this. Now this one's not perfect either. There's a chip right here, but it's a whole lot better than what's on the new car. So set that right there for now. Put those screws in my pocket. If you guys can't tell, you might be able to hear me a little bit better. I remembered to use my microphone this time. So it's a little bit tricky though. I have to record to my phone because I have an older GoPro. It's a GoPro 7. I think they're on 13 now. And the new ones, you can hook up external microphones to them. I can't really do it to this one. I think they make an adapter that makes me able to kind of do it, but I didn't know I needed that at first. So we'll see how this goes. Recording to my phone, videoing from the GoPro, gotta connect it all together somehow. I've been telling you guys since I started this, I'm learning as I go. But got those couple of screws out. Is that it? Oh, there's a little screw hiding right here. Not only are these screws kind of hiding, but they're also just really rusted. It's just peaceful. It's peaceful out here. Peaceful, kind of getting to work on these cars. I've been wanting this for a while now. I seen the white one for sale, and at the time I just wasn't sure if I wanted to pull the trigger and get rid of the red one. I don't think I've talked about it too much yet in any of my videos, and so we will talk about it in this video. This is just spinning. Why are you just spinning? There it goes. So this car has almost 300,000 miles on it. It's just shy of 300,000. A big part of me wanted to reach that milestone with this car and just keep racking the miles up on it. And I'm not gonna lie, this car has fought me a lot. I always feel like I haven't done much to this car. I put suspension on it, but I've done that a couple times. When I first got this car, it was lowered on cut springs. And if you've never ridden in a car that someone just chopped the springs in half, it's not safe. It's not comfortable. The thing bounces like crazy everywhere. It throws off the geometry of the suspension. And it's just not really, it's not fun. And I found some used H&R lowering springs for the Mark II, and I installed those. It actually raised the car a little bit from the cut springs. And then I got some actual coilovers for it, because I wanted to slam it. And it's not as low as I envisioned it. But I went to Les Schwab for tires, and I said, give me the most low profile tires you can get. And they gave me these. And there's just a little too much rubber to really slam this thing. With that being said though, I actually really like the stance of this car as it sits. So I think I'm just gonna directly transfer wheels, suspension, and everything onto the new one and let it ride as it is. And then when I need new tires, I might go to a mom and pop shop, see if I can get something a little bit slimmer, and then maybe I'll lower the altitude a little. We'll see. So I think I got all the screws out. Oh yeah, you just slide it that way. Can you slide it a little? No, just pull it down. Look at that. So this piece is good. This side's good. Which this side's good on the new car too. But I don't think it hurts to have extra parts. There we go. Not to sound like a cheapskate, but I'm gonna take these bulbs out too. I put some really nice LED bulbs in here. I want to transfer those to the new car as well. But so anyway, back to what I was saying. A big part of me wanted to keep this on the road. But then one day I was working on it, and I was under the car, and I thought I saw something. So I put my hand in it. My hand went into the carpet, through the floor. Then I was looking around, and I noticed the body seams were starting to separate and rust. And I said, oh no. And sure, that is stuff that is fixable with some work, and I could do it, but I'm trying to be realistic here. I've been struggling with this car. I started this car as a ratty build. Ratty Volkswagens are one of my favorite things. So I wanted this, I had this whole vision for this car to just be a ratty old Volkswagen. And if it was just me, I'd probably keep that dream alive. But my kids love riding in this thing. And I want to go, I'm all the way up I'm almost to the tip top in Washington. And there's big car show in Oregon every year for Volkswagens, and I think there's other Euros that come there too. And there's a zip tie holding this on. I'm gonna walk, go grab some cutters. I'm gonna keep talking though, because my mic is hooked up to my phone. So anyway, there's a big Euro car show in Oregon that I want to be able to attend. And I tried to get the Mark II there for last year's, but just kept running into a lot of issues. And I ended up just taking my Mark VI. But what I'm trying to say is I want to do things. I want to go on drives. I want to take the kids along. And having a car that has a rusted out floor and body seams are separating. This car's already tried to kill me once. The wheel flew off. I've been really just struggling with the thought of all of that. And you know, as my kids get older, they want to drive this thing too. They've told me many times, Dad, I want to drive the Volkswagen when I get older. And I want to make that happen. So I kind of had been feeling like I wanted a nicer chassis to kind of keep that dream alive. Be able to see my kids drive this car one day would be amazing. But again, this car falling apart like it is, I just don't feel comfortable even just driving places with them in it. And then on top of the rust and the rust holes in the floor and everything, it's just full of mold. I've cleaned all the mold once. I cleaned it this last spring, got all the mold cleaned. And now that the car's been sitting over the winter, and I meant to put a cover on it, I just never got to it. And now I'm paying the price because the interior is full of mold. I do want to save my Corbu seats. I need to pull those out and put those in the new car, and my Momo steering wheel. And I was contemplating swapping the dash out because this has a really nice clean dash. The new Mark II has a cracked dash, but it is just one crack. But I kind of fell in love with the blue dash that's in here. You know, we'll go over and show it here in a second, but I got this off. I think that's all I really needed to do. I do got to get ready and head to work, but let's pull all this stuff out of the trunk, because once the new, well, not the new owner of the car, but the guy comes that wants this trunk, it's just going to be exposed. And I think things are starting to mold in here too. Check out these floor mats. I found these at a Goodwill, and they say GTI on them. I just thought they were awesome, but they were $2.49 a piece. So I snagged them up, and had no plans for them. I said that's a Volkswagen thing and I want it. My GTI has the monster mats in it, and this Jetta has some GLI monster mats that I pulled out of the junkyard. Me and my dad, actually. I was back home in California, and me and my dad were checking out the junkyard, and found those GLI monster mats. I got some stock Mark VI taillights. Debated putting these on my car and going to stock, but I don't know. Every time I look at the taillights that are on my car, I kind of like them a little bit more. Now the sun's out. Little things about this state, this is just how this state is. It it can literally just pour rain down, and then the sun will come out. I don't know if you guys are sentimental like I am, but I think I'm going to hold on to these plates, because even though I'm going to be letting this car go, I absolutely love this car. And it's been hard thinking about letting it go. But really, really excited to make some new memories in the new one over here. The new one only has 120,000 miles, so on the body. It's in relatively good condition. I think it's going to be a lot better off than this. So, but I'm going to hang on to these plates. Eventually I'll get a garage and hang these up or something. It's funny going through stuff. So this box is a heater core I bought for this car. Never got around to putting it in. Sorry, the nose is a little sniffly. It's just it's not cold, but whatever it is causing me to have a little bit of a sniffle. Maybe it's the mold. Funnels. I put everything on top of the trunk. I was kind of thinking about just putting everything in this trunk, so putting things on the trunk kind of defeats the purpose. I don't think I want to put this cardboard in the trunk though, because the cardboard could be housing some mold. So I think I'll transfer. I know what to do. I'm gonna leave you guys here again and just walk over here. I went to Harbor Freight when I bought that power washer, which, by the way, I think I forgot to say in the video if I would recommend it to people or not. And at first I think I said something about, I don't know, it was junk or kind of sucked but kind of worked, or something. I'm actually happy with it. For $85, I'd say pick one up if you just need one. Longevity, I don't know, but you never know till you try it. And we'll keep it around and we'll use it for a bit. But anyway, I went to Harbor Freight, and this bag was real cheap there, so maybe I'll put some of this stuff in this bag and then put it in the new Jetta. That way this cardboard that potentially has rust in it, or not rust, but mold. Is rust mold for metal? Just ignore that. Alright, so all this junk in this cardboard box. Let's see what I want to keep. I don't care about that. That's got mold on it. Whoops. Sure. What is this? Oh, new thermostat for this car. It wasn't overheating. I just had it. This is to the Mark 6. I was having some issue that I didn't know what it was, and I bought a bunch of I bought that, and that didn't fix it. Little cheap eBay shift knob I had on this car. It was cool. It just feels cheap though. Oh, I might need those. The rest of this can stay in here. This little shovel. I found this shovel when I was a kid at a campground in California we used to always go to, called Moonshine, and it was right by this river. And me and my little brother, we swam across the river, and we were on the other side, and we found this shovel over there. It's just one of those cheap, collapsible military shovels. The last time I drove this car, me and my kids, we went down to the river over here, and we were digging and stuff with it. And that's when the clutch broke on this, was after I took my kids home and dropped them off with their moms. And then the clutch exploded. Whatever's going on, the car still drives, but it vibrates really bad in neutral with the clutch out. You put the clutch in, the vibration goes away, and then I don't know if this makes sense, but I can feel something is off in the pedal when I accelerate. I could just something doesn't feel right, and that's why I parked it. And I never really investigated it much. Parts aren't expensive. I just, with all the other issues going on, I felt like it would be better to just let this car go. So I started looking around for a new one, and I contemplating buying a really nice one. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want the Project Car Life very much. And I just wanted something nice. Kind of going back to me when I first started building this car, or first got this car, I wanted a ratty Volkswagen. And seeing all the really nice Mark IIs out there, which one of my favorites, and sorry Colin if I get your YouTube wrong, is 8-valve, everything 8-valve on YouTube, and on Instagram I think it's Mark II Colin. But just a beautiful car. He's got an ABA swap in it with a new speed supercharger, dark blue, just really nice car, and awesome dude too. He helped me out with a couple. He gave me a bunch of bolts that I needed. One day he's out in Oregon, so seen him when I went to the Waterland car show this last year. I'm gonna pull this spare. I don't think the new Mark II has one, so I think I'm gonna pull this and keep it. All right, I think that's all I'll worry about for today. And now it gets beautiful out. Almost don't even need this jacket I'm wearing. All right, I'm gonna finish. I'll bring you guys over here now. I'm gonna finish putting everything in the trunk. There's some goodies in this trunk too, though. Let's go over what's in this trunk. Looks like I didn't know this was gonna come with the car, but looks like I have another set of flares. None are missing. I guess he just figured I have a lot of flares. Oh man. I think I have 2 sets in here. So that's neat. Yeah. 2 sets of flares. Thanks, Brad. Brad is the gentleman I got this car from. Ooh. A belt. Oh. Oh, that's speaker stuff. I don't need that. It's garbage. I used to be a big audio guy back in high school. Look at this. Got some racing headers for the 16 valve. That's cool. Here's the door cards. I think I'm going to move the door cards to the interior. Which I'm going to bring you guys over here. This interior is pretty nice. Best part though, there's no mold. I don't know how to open the door. Ah, there it goes. Come take a peek at this interior. In really good shape. And then let's look at the dash. Because like I said, I at first thought I would pull this dash out to get rid of the blue. But mostly it wasn't that I hated the blue, it's just that crack right there. But after seeing it in person, I really like the blue. I don't want to lose it. So I think though what I might do, did I shut this door? No, I did shut this door. What I might do though, since it is a nice dash, I might pull it from the car, clean all the mold off of it, and then see if I can find someone who doesn't like the blue, and maybe they want a black, and then we can trade. Maybe there's someone out there. I don't know, but that sure would be cool. So I've never taken on a project this big before. A little nervous, kind of excited, really excited. It is a lot of work, but I don't think it's too much. And my main goal is to have it ready to go for September so I can drive it to Oregon for Pacific Waterland. I realistically want to get it done with plenty of time before that happens. That way I can it can handle a drive like that, because it's a pretty long drive. My GTI actually broke down on the way home. That was not fun. Which I was laughing because I bought that car to be a reliable daily driver. And some of you are laughing, I know it. Because why would you buy a Volkswagen to be a reliable daily driver, Devin? Because, alright? I like I don't know what I like. Does this carpet lift up? These are axles, it looks like. Pull this header out. A little bit of water in here, and I don't know if that's just because I had it open while it was raining or if it's leaking. But as time goes on, we'll find out. Oh, there is a spare in here. It's a tiny one though. So I think I'll get rid of the tiny spare. That way we have a full-size spare. Yeah. But honestly, I don't have time to do all that right now. I want to. I want time. But I have to go to work. Man, kind of excited to have 2 sets of flares. Those can get hard to find, and it's just good to have extras on hand. I debated pulling mine off, but one of mine's junk. The other 3 are all right. I might pull them and keep them. We'll see. I think I need this belt on the car, so I need to make sure I remember that's in there. And before I leave, before I turn this off for the day, I'm going to take you guys to the engine bay. We're going to talk about some things. Because my original plan was I wanted to, well, I got to talking to Brad, the guy I got this from, and I was telling him my plan. This was an 8-valve car. Mine's an 8-valve car with an 8-valve still in it. Somebody started an engine swap on here. And they started doing a 16-valve swap, and they never got around to finishing that. And so I got to telling them the main reason I don't even want to try to get the 16-valve going is because my 8-valve has a cam in it. I also know that engine. It runs really well. And you know, I was worried about starting or trying to get an engine that I don't know anything about going, and also I didn't want to lose the cam. I just love how the cam sounds. It's still a really slow car, but it sounds great. And that's all that matters. You gotta look cool and sound good, and then you're golden. Nothing else matters. But as I said that, he kind of smiled a little bit, and he said, I'm not sure, but the guy he got this car from potentially built that engine and put cams in it and upgraded the internals. He said, don't quote me because I'm not sure. So there's a potential that this 16 valve is in fact built and has cam, and so part of me wants to get that going. That's going to be a challenge though, and you'll see why here in a second. Let me finish throwing all this junk in the trunk, and we'll go in the engine bay real quick. But I am so excited. Things are happening. I'm working on the new Mark II today. It's just a little job, but I tell you what, it feels so good to have this here. And just doing this one piece, pulling that one piece off the trunk is getting me really excited. I'm just stoked for this project. I want to get it accomplished and done so I can start enjoying driving this thing. These are my favorite cars to drive. My whole life I've just loved Volkswagens. I always thought I wanted a Bug until I got one. Now don't get me wrong, a big part of me still wants one. And maybe I will one day. But for now, I had my Bug for a little bit, and I just did not love it though. I wasn't in love with it. I also got the wrong year. I didn't really research much. I just got an opportunity to purchase a Bug off of a friend, and I said, yeah, I'll buy that. And then it was a 1971 Super Beetle, and I bought a brand new engine for it. 16 valve, not 16 valve. That's in this. 1600. I knew there was a 1600 dual carb setup. I was running dual Webers on it. It was pretty cool. And then I got around to wanting to start messing with the suspension, and I didn't realize that Super Beetles and Bugs have different suspension. And I always wanted that real low look. I think some people call it Cali style Bug. I feel like this shovel belongs in the Jeep. It just seems like more of a Jeep thing. Oh, I gotta empty my pockets into here. Put a bunch of screws and things. There we go. All right, I'm gonna toss this in the Jeep, and then we're gonna go under the hood real quick and show you what's going on in there. Some of you might be laughing at me, but I just love the way these cars look. Let's take a peek under the hood. So, this is now my third Volkswagen Mark II. Oh, Jetta. Volkswagen Jetta Mark II. My first one I bought when I was 17, I think, for $500. And it was I don't remember exactly the year. I think it was a 88 or an 89. And for $500, you could probably imagine it was hammered. But I'd always wanted a Volkswagen. I thought I could tackle it. But at 17, plus the time, that was like 2007, I didn't really have a computer and phone and stuff, and I didn't know how to order parts. O'Reilly's and things like that didn't really have a ton of stuff. But now there's parts all over the place for these. You can go to Euro Tuning. They have a bunch of stuff there. Tectonics Tuning sells a bunch of stuff for these. And then just with the internet, it's easy to find anything. There's lots of ways you can get parts for these. But let's get in there and let me show you guys what's going on. So the engine was just placed in here, and then nothing was hooked up. So it's got stuff just everywhere. This is the AC air conditioning line. I'm not ever going to put air conditioning on this, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Maybe I'll delete that from the firewall. But it's bolted in, so just gotta figure out all this wiring. It's missing a distributor cap, so I don't know if I should get a new distributor for this. I probably will, or I think I might be able to pull mine out of that car and use it. The transmission, I'm a little worried about. I need to look in there a little better, but there's a hole, not a hole, but it's just open. And I think that's where the speedo cable goes, which is right here. I think that goes down in there. But because it's been open, I'm worried there's water in there, so I need to change the fluid out. Hopefully the I'm drawing a blank. I know what they're called, the synchros. Hopefully the synchros aren't just gone. This looks to be the clutch cable. So that'll go there. And this is the good thing about me having the other car still here. That doesn't fit in there. I'll figure it out. I can reference it and keep going, and it's gonna be nice to have that. But I think I'm gonna work on getting this engine going. I originally thought I'd pull the valve cover off and take a peek and see if I could see the cams, see if they're upgraded or not. But I'm kind of thinking, let's just try to hook everything up. Let's hook everything up, turn the key, and see if it does something. What I do know is this engine has great compression. I think it was like 186 psi. It holds the pressure. It doesn't bleed down, and that's a good sign. So I think I want to try it. I've never had a 16 valve. Both my other Jettas were the 8 valve. So I kind of want to experience this, see what it's like. I've been told these things are actually pretty quick. But again, I just want to sound cool. That's all I care about. Looking cool, sounding cool. But with all that being said, guys, I think you guys know the deal by now. I gotta go to work. I work nights at, I work for Boeing. I build jets. It's a lot of fun sometimes. But yeah, thanks for sticking with me. I might do a little bit more before Thursday when I drop this video. Oh, and that reminds me, we're doing the giveaway on Thursday. But there's a problem. Being new to all of this, I didn't realize something. I can only see who's subscribed to me if your subscriptions are turned to public. Out of this, I think I'm at 70 followers right now, 70 subscribers, which is amazing. I'm just beyond excited about all that. And speaking of things I just didn't expect, the Jeep video, I have almost 200 views on that. I've never done anything in my life that people looked at like that. So that's exciting. I get, if something I post gets 50 views, I'm ecstatic. So the Jeep video almost has 200 views, and that's phenomenal. So I'm excited. But again, I don't want to shortchange anybody. So I've been trying to think of how can I still keep my promise, keep my word to you guys that, hey, if you subscribe to my YouTube, that's all you got to do. You're entered to win. But I can't see everybody. So I have to do something different. I'm not going to ask everybody to change their settings to public. So what I am going to ask is comment in this video if you want a chance to win my giveaway. Giving away a Corbu backpack, Corbu seatbelt pads, and a Corbu hat. So there'll be 3 winners. All right, so 3 of you will get something, and I want that to happen. So if you want to enter my giveaway, I know I said all you had to do was subscribe. I'm so sorry that I have to change it. Comment in this video if you want to be entered in the giveaway. All right, and I'm gonna put all your guys' names into an app that randomly picks 3 people, and that's who's gonna get the prizes. All right, so I'm sorry about having to change it on you guys. It's just the way things go. I'm new, I'm learning, so bear with me. And thanks though, every single one of you who's subscribed to my channel, and people who are watching these videos too. Thank you. I'm having a blast doing it. If people seem, I mean, it seems like you guys like the Jeep video though. That's doing the best. So what does that mean? Does that mean we want Jeep stuff? We'll get there. But this is my main focus. This is the whole reason I started this YouTube channel, was I knew I was getting this Mark II. And when I did everything on the red one, I was kind of kicking myself because I didn't document anything. And when I knew I was getting the white one, I told myself, I want to document it. I want to document the build. And I feel like this is a good way to do so. So I'm going to document everything on YouTube, and it's mostly for myself. I'm going to be a little bit selfish and admit that. But I figured, why not try and build a little bit of a following? I have a lot of dreams. So, and one of my biggest dreams is getting involved in the car community in a positive way. I feel like the car community right now is just in dire need of a refresh or a change. I don't know if I'll be the one to do that, but my dream for the car community is I want to form my own group of like-minded people who are not just in love with Volkswagens, and as you can tell, I love a little bit of everything. I want to do drives where we take our cars that we love and we go on little drives with them to just beautiful locations. I want to do camping trips in our cars. I know some people might think that's crazy to bring modified, lowered cars out camping, but I just think it'd be a good time. I want to do barbecues at the parks. Bring the kids, let the kids go play. Grown-ups can sit around and barbecue and talk about our cars while we let our kids play and run around. And just, hangouts at the house. Come over. Let's throw some burgers and hot dogs on the grill at home. That's my vision. The car community today, it just seems like everybody wants to go park in a parking lot. And then the few times I've gone out to these things, fights break out. There's people pulling guns on people. Again, I want to bring my family. I want to feel comfortable bringing my kids to things. And the car scene is just not that anymore. The car shows, when you go out to these events, they're pretty good. But these other local meets, I'm not trying to talk trash to anybody. If you're, that's not my intent at all. But there's good people that try to put on these parking lot meets and stuff, and they mean well, but people always show up and ruin it. And I just want a group of people who want the same things that I do. Let's wrench together. Let's work on our cars. Let's hang out. I'm not trying to go places where people are trying to fight each other about stupid stuff. So anyway, enough of that rant. But here it is, guys. So this is really excited for this. I hope you guys are too. Anyway, thank you guys. I'm going to stop yammering. I gotta go. You guys take it easy. Bye.